I wanted to share a bit of an idea, possible theory in terms of trading, working out when a market is changing direction, so you know if you're buying or selling. Although technically I still think when you're selling you should have a simple stop loss system in place so you can survive for another day, because the last thing you want is to lose your capital. So whenever you go into a stock or a cryptocurrency, always know where you're going to exit before you come out. And that is financial advice. I've nothing to gain from that. That's just a simple tip. As far as I'm concerned, that makes a great deal of sense. You come into a stock or a cryptocurrency, if it goes up and it comes back by whatever, and you've got to take into account the volatility. So if it comes back by 20% on a cryptocurrency, then I would say you get out no matter what. It can be painful, but you know where you're getting out before you get in, because the last thing you want is the psychology of coming in. First of all, you don't see the trend, you come in a bit late, perhaps on one of these red candles here. You then see big gains, you think brilliant, this could go, you know, the excitement there is huge. You think this could go on forever. Then it starts to come back, you think, okay, well, I'll just hold on. It gets to this point, you think, I really should be selling, it's 20% down, but you hold on, it starts going back up, you start to think, yes, I was right. Then it comes back down again, and then you're back at that point where you're back at your entry point. You're thinking, okay, I haven't made any money now, I could have had a 40% gain, I've kind of lost that. Goes back up again, you think, yes, okay, let's ride this one now. Down it goes again, up a little bit, then back down again, and you're now in a loss position. And now you're starting to think, well, I don't want to sell now because I'm losing, so I'll wait until that comes back up, because until I've sold I haven't lost anything. And hey presto, you've gone from being profitable at the start, if you'd stuck with a 20% stop loss rule, to now saying, well, I'm hoping it's going to go back up. You have no actual strategy. So that's just a quick lesson on stop losses. The other thing I want to point out on here, and this is where it's a new thought, new idea. So what we're looking at here is the price. This could be any chart, but I'm looking at Gala versus USD on this chart. And what I've done very simply is drawn a straight line on the basic trends. So you can see here in yellow, that trend is up from there to there, and this is historically, so I'm looking back at historical price, and then coming down from there to there, and I hope you'd agree that these are the very general trends of where this has gone over the past few days. So you can see the yellow line, and that's the general trend. And what I worked out there, I thought, well, how do we know when? You know, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it, to know when a market turns. And with something like cryptocurrency, it's purely sentiment. There's very little. There will be some news which shifts it overall on the big scheme of things, but on a short day-to-day basis, it's purely market sentiment. What people, if there are more buyers than sellers, or more money chasing it than trying to exit, then the price goes up. If they're more exiting than buying, coming in, then the price goes down. Very simple. But how does this, and it's a 24-hour day market, global, so I was trying to work out, well, is there a particular period of time frame that this tends to go on? And it does appear to be, and this is a very short sample here, but just at the moment with Gala, it appears to be about a day to a day and a half, and you get the sentiment change. So if we look at this at the moment, if we look at the vertical dotted line, we can see 9th of March 24 at midnight. That's when the market changed. It started to go up, and the market changed again at 10th of March noon. So a day and a half. So between 10th of March noon and coming to here, which would be 12th of March 8. So 10th to 12th, almost 2 days there. So when we had the uptrend, it happened fairly quickly, day and a half. Downtrend, almost 2 days. So a day and a half to 2 days. Then from 12th of March 08, we are talking to here, which is the 13th of March, 8 in the evening, so a day and a half. From there, so 13th of March 20, to 15th of March 08, you're now talking a day and a half again, and so on. So there seems to be this cycle, and it probably, I'm guessing, follows the sentiment, the psychology of humans trading. There are bots trading this as well, but fundamentally the main drift of money will be humans. And there's this sentiment, these people who come in a bit too late, they get in, and then it turns, and the people who got in earlier, they get out, and so on. And it seems to be about a day and a half. So I think that's a really interesting, and let me know in the comments if you feel that that's an interesting observation as well, that you've got this, if this was a pattern of psychology, you know, from ecstatic to depressed, if it was a day and a half on average. So that then led me to think, okay, well, do we have an opportunity here? Because the last trend there, let's just go where we got a clear change in the trend there. So that was 18th of March 2024 at 4 a.m. down through to the 19th of March at 8 a.m. So again, just over a day and a quarter, and we're starting to see a trend. So that made me think, okay, are we seeing, there's a day and a quarter, day and a half, about time for a change in the sentiment. So it's sell, 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 sell. And again, it's enough time for people emotionally to recover or change their mind. And is that a case of now that is looking like a buy? The other thing I then went and did was to look at the wall of money. So on Binance, you get this really useful, as you do on most exchanges anyway, but you get this useful ladder of where the money is. So at the moment, we're looking at the price on Gala versus USDT of 5.573 USDT, Gala per USDT. So 5.5 cents per Gala coin. Now we can see here we've got a total of 463,000 sat at $0.055, 5.5 cents. So we've got a sum total there, like I said, just under $500,000, versus the sell going up just the other side, $64,000 on the sell, $500,000 there on the sell at 0.1 of a cent higher. So if we then take this and say, well, okay, what have we got within 10% of this? So let's go up 5 brackets, 5 ticks on the price there. We can see the sum total USDT of sales. There's equivalent of 20 million Gala coin up for sale, or pushing on the sales side, pushing down the price, $1.1 million Gala. That is within 5 ticks of price tier. So if we go 5 ticks on the upside, we're talking 674. So at the moment, the seller pressure, the sales pressure is stronger. So psychologically, that's there. However, if we now expand that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ticks, so if we go between 4.6 US dollars and 5.5 cents US dollars, we've got 2.7 million buy on the buy side. If we go 10 on the sell side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we've only got 1.6. So we've got 1.6 selling within 10 ticks, and to buying 2.7. So there's considerable buy pressure there. Now I know that the market, the players in the market can get a whale, come here and put a massive order and then take it away, and that happens as well. But generally speaking, if you're looking at this and keeping an eye on this, we've said that, okay, the market could have turned at 8 o'clock this morning. We're now at 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. So that is a distinct possibility that this green candle here could be a change. We'll only know in the next 24 hours, 36 hours, if that was indeed a change in trend. But psychologically, that looks like it could well be, and it's backed up by the number of buyers queuing up, supporting the price here, not on the spot price on the market, but they are there, ready if the price was to drop any further. And again, you see the psychological point. You've got at 5 cents, 5.0, you've got $500,000 worth there. These round figures are always an interesting psychological point on pricing as well, and that purely shows the psychology, because robots don't care about round numbers. So again, I think that does give an indication. So short term, there may be a little bit of down on the price. Let's have a quick look at this. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. So short term, let's have a look. Let's expand this out so we can see a bit better. So short term, price has touched down on the moving average there, but on the, when I say short term, we're talking a 15-minute chart here, and then we've got plenty of buy support here. 10 ticks down, 3.3 million pounds worth of dollars worth of buy support in there. So at the moment, to me, it looks like this is a definite change in the trend, which again, just let's have a look at this chart. It looks more convincing here. You've got the yellow line was the overall trend, and that to me looks like a distinct change in that trend. So we could see this going for at least a day, maybe a day and a half. It's not going to be a straight line. It will approximate once, and I'll be able to draw a straight line and afterwards. But if it goes for a day and a half, so we're currently, let's say that low there was at 10:45 this morning, or 11 o'clock this morning. So if we then go for a day, so what did I say that was? That's 19th of March, 11 o'clock, 20th of March, 11 o'clock. So it could be around about here. So let's draw a line on there to show what that would look like. So that's a possibility of where the trend could go. Could be anywhere within this. It could be that steep, it could be that steep. But my point there is that I expect whatever the current trend is, that it'll probably last for a day to a day and a half. If it's a steeper climb, then it's going to be a shorter, because people just get very fearful if they make, the fear starts to kick in very quick. But that's where we could be looking at. I'll just recolor that. Do subscribe to the channel, because I'll update this video and see how close we were on that. Let's make that as a green line. So that's my sort of prediction for it. Very simple. This is the point. This is a very simple method of just looking at what are the particular periods in the change of psychology every day to day and a half to 2 days. You get this overall change, and I still think that looks pretty convincing at the moment, that the buys are now happening here. It's showing in the order book as well that the buys are sat there. I think the price could carry on going up. All these people wanting to buy down at 4.6, 4.7, clearly they're wanting to buy, and they will probably chase it up. So I think that's what's likely to happen. We'll hit a price at here, maybe 6.5, 6.6, where people start to chicken out, lock in their profits, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I hope you found that interesting, a bit different from my usual sort of videos. And do subscribe if you're interested in putting your money to work and hearing my thoughts and ideas. Been into crypto since 2015, 2016. Remember the good old days when Bitcoin was $250. Then do subscribe. Let me know your comments, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video.